So good morning to one and all. We begin today's session on business research methods, and we have the schedule lined up. I hope everyone is already there in the class or would have joined, because today we have, as part of the plan of work, that we will select two groups randomly, as was informed earlier, for the presentation of their business research methods assignment. And after the group presentation is done, which you can use Word file, we will proceed to the session, which will be covering details about why businesses will use research. So as you can see on the screen, students, the session plan for today is like this. After the presentation of the BRM assignment, we will discuss details about organization and the sources of business intelligence and why it is required. Characteristics of good research, which we've been discussing, and also we will see that as well, and the types of studies. And therein we will try to see with respect to certain decision scenarios, two decision scenarios, as to how you can identify what kind of studies can be done. So in order for us to proceed, I was thinking that we would allow volunteers of the student group to tell us if a particular student and his or her group would like to present the assignment. So the option will be given to volunteers who would like to come forward and opt to present their assignment. If not, we will proceed in this manner, that I will call out a particular student and would request that student and his or her group to begin the presentation. So which option do you prefer? Can you please tell me? Volunteering or myself calling out the name? We would not have, now as you are telling me your opinions, kindly understand that while all the assignments would be given, some individually, some in groups, it would not be possible, given the time constraints of a single session, to allow all the groups to present for each assignment. So we would have random calling of the groups, and since the session is getting recorded, and I also keep a track of the groups which do the presentation, so it will be in kind of rotation basis. So if today a certain group is presenting, most likely the next assignment session or a group presentation session, that particular group would not be called in. However, every group will have to prepare their assignment and submit it. So while the presentation per se in a class, in a session, might be restricted to a few groups based on random calling, all groups or all individuals required, basis whether it is a group assignment or an individual assignment, will need to kindly prepare their assignment and submit it as would be prescribed by me for the particular task. All right. So which means if today two groups are presenting, that doesn't mean that the other group's work has gone waste. No, I hope you understand that. So what you would do is you would definitely submit the assignment, which some of the people have already started submitting it, is what I have seen. So you will definitely submit it, but two groups present today and the other groups will submit. Next assignment or next task session, some other group is likely to be called in. However, let's not be complacent also. It is possible that I might repeat and call the same group or a particular student even in the next class. So which means the moral of the story is that every group or every student must be prepared with any kind of assignment given. All right, so that is my, that would be the expectation setting. So let me see if you have mentioned anything in the chat box. So should I call randomly or would you volunteer to present today? So since there are no people who have given the answers till now, I would like to call upon Chanchal Tiwari. And Nikhil and Anusha has to help me out here, kindly. Is Chanchal Tiwari in the class?
No, ma'am. She has not logged in.
Okay, she has not logged in. Thank you so much. Krutika Reddy. Okay, so we have no response from her. Krutika Reddy, if you're there, please respond. Or anybody in her group, if they are there, kindly respond. Just to quickly go back, Chalapati's group, nobody is there. Chanchal Tiwari, Monisha, Anusha, Anusha Koshi. Kindly respond. Have you done the assignment, you and your group, Anusha Koshi? We cannot spend too much of time if you're not responding. So you need to understand, we'll have to proceed. Okay, Chaitanya B. So all this is getting recorded in the sense that you're not responding, or maybe you're not come prepared. Whichever way it is, it will reflect on your class participation also, is what you need to understand. So these are the objective manner in which your evaluation is going to happen for your CIA, if you remember. So class participation does have some method of scoring marks. Next, I'm calling upon Manoj G. Shade. Manoj, not there. Okay, so we'll start with Anusha. Anusha, can you please let us know what you have prepared for the assignment? Anusha?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I request you to set
Yes,
the
ma'am.
stage?
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it.
All right, thank you. Shall I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I think what students, I would like to thank Anusha for opting to present the assignment, and here she is starting her assignment pertaining to the presentation for the assignment given, which was to access different journals and come out with a research article as a group exercise, and detail what was the or critique the work done, along with highlighting the details of the research that was conducted in line with the characteristics of good research. The expectation was that the student groups would refer the textual material and or other references on their own as a method of conducting research, and tell us how that article fits into or doesn't fit into, or to what extent does it fit into the norms of good research. Over to you, Anusha. Thank you. My compliment goes out to you, Anusha. It's a very well-structured report. Firstly, that's my observation. So well done.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, we actually have chosen a Harvard Business Review for our group assignment. So that was how winning organization lasts for 100 years. So what they did was this review gave us how they chose 7 sentinels who performed better than their peers in that area. According to us, they did a good job with the article as they followed everything a good research would require them to do. Am I audible, ma'am?
Absolutely, I can hear you loud and clear. If anybody is not able to hear, kindly put it in the chat box. We will monitor. Anusha, you can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. The research actually was done in the fields of art, where they are considered Royal Academy of Music, the Royal College of Art, and the Royal Shakespeare Company. In field of education, it was Eton College, and science they considered NASA. Sport, it was the New Zealand All Blacks and British cycling. So they carried out this research for the duration of 5 years. They went as deep as possible for this research. They also made sure that the information that they were going to acquire was no less than perfect. So they also analyzed the information, which gave them the insight that the sentinels were mostly similar to each other, even when they had different trade or profession and behave in ways that they refuse. So what exactly happened in this research was they tried to take in all the information as much as possible so that the research report would come in well. Also, I've given in the report the descriptions of how they sort and went into getting the information. Um, also, they gave in, they analyze the information whatever they've got, and at the end, as a good research should suggest a good um, a help, or to give the managers to help the managers to do a good decision or take a good decision. They gave in 12 tests. So I have mentioned the 12 tests in the research, ma'am. So this is how they followed.
Okay.
Yeah, they determined the problem. Then they acquired all the information. They analyzed the data, and then they disseminated the data as well to uh, uh, to various schools. Also, then they gave in the insights to the decision makers by giving in the 12 tests which I've mentioned here, and thus we think they have done a great work with the business research review they have given.
Okay. Is that the end of your presentation, the 2-page report, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you be able to put on the screen the report per se, which you all have accessed?
This is the report, ma'am.
No, this is the report based on some work. What is the topic? What is the article that you have accessed?
We have not actually made a PPT.
No, not PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Just kindly go to the beginning of the report.
Yeah, the report, ma'am.
Hmm.
Yeah, I will. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we have seen is the 1 second. So I think what I have observed a very professional approach of Anusha towards the presentation. One was she has been prepared. I think that's something that all of us should appreciate her and her group for doing this. And the fact that the report was very structured, the one which she has prepared in that Word file along with her group, that's a very fantastic thing, very point-wise, concise, complete, and also ready with the presentation as I had asked her. And here is, I think, the main report that she's been talking about. Over to you, Anusha. Anusha, can you hear? Okay, so this is your HBR report.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there is, I think, in your voice. You can continue.
Yes, ma'am. This was the Harvard Business Review that we considered for the assignment.
Right.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
And can you? Oh, yes, I can hear you. If you can scroll down a little.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This was the topic we chose, that how winning organization last 100 years. The research actually was to tell people how these 7 organizations that they chose could sustain well.
Can you hear?
Ma'am, actually,
I think there's a little bit of a network issue there. I don't know if you're able to hear us.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am having the network issue.
Yeah, you can hear, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think there's a little bit of network issue, but we can see your report, although we are not able to hear you very clearly. So it's a HBR report, how winning organizations last 100 years. I think that's a report, I think, which everyone should access and Anusha, if you can also share it or the link or something with everybody so they can also have a read of that later. Anusha, you can also later. Okay. Okay. You can scroll down, Anusha, if you can hear us. Anybody who's using double device, or if any others can kindly mute their audio. We are having a little bit of echo coming in.
Ma'am,
Right.
can you hear me
So,
now, ma'am?
yes, yes, we can hear you. So can you show us the introduction, the methodology section, and the conclusion section of that research article that you have accessed?
Yes, ma'am. This part is the introduction, ma'am.
And in the meantime, the second group whom I would request to be ready would be perhaps, yeah, Anusha's voice is breaking as I can hear. This is the case with everybody, not able to hear her. You can at least view the screen which Anusha has put up regarding the research article. Chirag, the meeting is unlocked as of now. Please allow people, let people join in fast. And I will be locking it soon. So coming back to Anusha's presentation, although her voice is not audible, but all of you can see, the entire class can see the presentation which she has made, she and her group. Anusha, can you also put it on this chat box? Who are the team members who are there, or maybe team members can please write who all have participated. But I would like to understand who all have actually participated. And if they have any kind of points to make from your group, Anusha's group. Anusha and her group who have made this fantastic assignment, can you please come online and tell us something? What is your experience while you went through this report? Yeah, this is the introduction. I got it, Anusha. We can see your screen. Okay. And methodology?
Ma'am, can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually,
Yes, I can.
this is where they started their research.
Okay.
Where they went into.
If any of your group has anything to say,
Yes, ma'am. Actually, one of my groupmate is has been infected with COVID-19, so he's not well.
So I think Anusha and her team, if they were able to communicate to us, they have indicated the good work.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Next, Anusha, I think your screen is that much. Whatever you actually indicate is fine.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's me, ma'am, Nitin.
We will proceed to the next group. Yes,
Ma'am,
yes,
I'm
tell
very
me.
sorry, ma'am. I'm having too much of network issues.
Ma'am, can I present, ma'am, with my group?
fantastic. Nitin, you're most welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. While Nitin is putting in on the presentation, I would like to thank Anusha for the effort. Anusha, not an issue about the network glitch. Whatever you have done till now is great. Thank you so much. I would like to thank also Nitin volunteering to come up and present with the group. He has
y-
actually, yeah, you're ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you just close the left side, the navigation of panel side of your word, because otherwise the screen is not fully visible. We're not able
Yes,
to see.
ma'am. One of my teammate is sharing that, ma'am. I'll share.
Okay, fine. All right. You can proceed, Nitin.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. This is group number 13 from section B, ma'am. Myself, Nitin, and our group mates are Ganesh Patil, Nisarga, Prajwal, Raksha, and Bhumita, ma'am. And this is the research project of impact on corporate social responsibility on financial performance, ma'am. Actually, this was done by myself, ma'am, this research project,
Okay.
and it has been published even in journal, ma'am. And this research is all about whether the corporate social responsibility benefits the companies or not, ma'am. So I have taken topmostly two companies, ma'am. One is ITC companies and one more is Tata companies, ma'am. And also have taken some more like Infosys companies also for just for the reference of the logistic types, ma'am, like graphs, table charts and all, ma'am. So my research started like we almost took with my team members. We almost took 6 months to get research on this, ma'am. Around 3 months, we were just getting to the topic and then finding some literature review of around the related to this topic. We read around some 60 to 100 research papers, ma'am. After that, next 3 months, we were into totally research, ma'am. Like ITC companies, we went into their websites. We saw their the amount of the CSR, what they're giving to the society, and their profit, their financial statements. After all doing that, ma'am, so we came into the conclusion and comparing that actually the corporate social responsibility, it's not an expenditure for the company, ma'am. On the other hand, it is like an investment. If the company spends the corporate social responsibility, the people will get the brand identity or some brand image, ma'am. So indirectly their profit increases, ma'am. In our research shows that indirectly the profit increases for both the companies like Tata and ITC, ma'am. Rather than like ITC spends less amount of CSR where Tata spends more, ma'am. But after spending more also in Tata, they got a higher profits, ma'am. So this was all about my research project, ma'am.
So what were the conclusions or recommendations that was given as part of the project?
Ma'am, conclusion is, as I said, ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am. Conclusion was lastly like expense incurred on corporate social responsibility is not an expenditure, ma'am, rather than investment for the better financial position for the further company, ma'am. So CSR is essential expenditure for every company, ma'am, as they have to improve, ma'am. Like as a part of the country, like if they better spend for the society, even the society improves like the company, ma'am.
All right. Nitin, also for the benefit of everyone, can you
Yes,
also put up the article which you have published as a result of this project? So we can see the published article.
Okay, ma'am.
So yeah, you can put it on while I will just do some observations. So what all students are you able to see from the presentation of Nitin right now and his group? That there are certain characteristics of definitely good research that has been done. And this is what he is showing with respect to the research article that he has published out of his project in Christ University. And Nitin, while you are showing people this published report, yes, certificate, and the published research paper, can you also highlight to your students, if you can hear me, can you now highlight how this article that you have chosen, that article which you have chosen is out of your project, and it has been published. Now, how does it follow the characteristics of good research? Like, for example, Anusha was saying there was a problem definition done, the methodology was used, there was some analysis done, and then people had some outcome out of the article.
Yes,
how does your research here, which is in this case an unbiased evaluation, which is part of the assignment, how does this research follow the characteristics of good research? Can you just highlight? Over to you.
Oh, characteristics of good research, ma'am. See, first of all, the research should be simple, ma'am. We have to analyze everything. As I said, like similar to this topic, like CSR, I have read around 60 to 80 of research papers, ma'am. After reading also, like every research paper should have like, first we have to do the introduction chapter. In that, we have to meaning and the scope of the topic and needs and the importance of that topic, importance, disadvantages, all that. Next, we have to come into the literature review, ma'am. Literature review is like similar to this topic, around 30 literatures I have taken, ma'am, just to simplify. And first of all, the research paper should be in simple language, ma'am. Rather than difficult language, because the people, some might be can't understand some difficult words, ma'am. And after like literature, we have to the research design, ma'am. Research designs will be like the problem, the objective of the study, why I took the study, the scope of the study, and what are the sources, where did I get the study, and expected outcome, like whether my outcome was up to the mark or not. And data analysis, like data analysis is like graphs, pie charts, which also simplifies for the readers, ma'am. It also will be very useful, like they can understand and grasp the information very easily with the diagrams, ma'am. After that, limitations of the study. Limitation of the study, like these were like the problems where we couldn't go on that, ma'am. Next, we have to come into data analysis and interpretation, ma'am. Like how will interpretation to our research project and etc. After this, findings, ma'am. How did we find the sources? Where did we get? So, or suppose the research paper in some libraries where we have logged in and seen, or even I visited many of the libraries also in Bangalore, ma'am, for finding the research papers. After this, conclusion, ma'am.
Okay.
Conclusion is like out of this research product, what we conclude, like whether the CSR is benefit or not. After that, next one, it is finally this one, ma'am, bibliography. Bibliography, like the way the sources, it should be like from, it should be from an order, ma'am. If it is not in an order, like it will be very difficult, ma'am.
Excellent. Excellently done. And I think what he has highlighted are indeed the characteristics of true research. When you all get the recording of the session, you will be able to read through it again and hear it out again. Nitin, one
Yes,
small request for a fraction of a few minutes, if you can show us the published article. This is your research project. Can you
Yes,
show
ma'am.
us the article that is published? Article, just the face, at least the first page of how it is, like how Anusha showed us the HBR front page and the content.
1 minute, ma'am. I
Yeah.
think that will be in the website, ma'am. This was in.
Okay, we have, okay. Now the reason is you can share the link also with others so that they can see
Sure,
that.
ma'am. I'll do that, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. Now, what is it that we're talking about, students? Attention, all students. Now, what Nitin is here talking about is, because it has been published, different publications have different kinds of norms and restrictions with respect to viewing the articles. Some are free source, some will not be. So some of the articles, say, for example, in Harvard Business Review, are free source, which means you can access it freely and you can use it for academic purpose or for intellectual purpose. But some of them sometimes would be on subscription basis, which means you have to pay to view it or download it. And we must not infringe these kind of, the norms. Otherwise, there will be intellectual property violations. All right. So Nitin's paper is such that it is on the website and he would not be able to download it as such and show it on a public viewing is what he is saying. So you all can access his article from the web. So what you can do, Nitin, is while you're submitting, please give the link of the article also.
Sure, ma'am.
All right. And you can share the link to your students so that they can also see it. Because what happens is, Nitin, people can cite your article. They can refer the article. So your citation score will also go up.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Anything else, Nitin and group?
That's all, ma'am.
Members? Okay, group members? Who are your group members, Nitin?
Ma'am, Raksha.
Sorry?
Hello, ma'am. This is Raksha from Nitin's group.
Okay, Raksha. Okay.
Yeah.
Raksha, tell me who else is there in that group. I do have that list also, but have you participated in the preparation of this report?
Yeah, ma'am.
What did you learn? One point you tell me. What did you learn?
Ma'am, I understood the responsibility on the society by the company, which has to be taken so that it improves the reputation of the company and the customer loyalty and satisfaction improves, ma'am, based on the CSR.
Okay.
That's what main I understood from this article or report.
Yes, okay. So indeed, I will also be very happy to read this article, especially because it is an article which is made by our very own, student. And you would also, all of you would definitely be curious to read his article because it's an article written by your classmate, that too in his undergraduate, out of his undergraduate project. And it is indeed a very, very good performance, I would say, very good accomplishment that he has published this article as part of his project. So what you see on the screen is Nitin's article as it looks like. So he's given a screenshot for all of you to see. Please view the screen. This is how the article is appearing. Okay, so what you saw when he was presenting was his project report, right, Nitin?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, very good. So this is how it is written. So we have one student here already with us who's already a little bit familiar with the article writing. So what is this? This is nothing but dissemination of research projects done. And what Nitin highlighted to all of you is indeed very good, which is it really follows the characteristics of good research. I love the way in which he talked about introduction, review of literature, the extent to which he has gone forward to seek articles, that is secondary data, before he began his project, which means that he explored all options pertaining to the question, the management dilemma that was there pertaining to CSR. And then he talked about the research design and how he collected the data, and then the conclusion, and then the finding out of the report. And see how beautifully this has impacted the group of Nitin also, is that Raksha came out and really talked about what she learned out of CSR. So we do talk about, or we hear a lot of things about CSR. Here is one report, because it has been done by somebody who's known to us out of a research project. I hope all of you heard what Raksha said, is her understanding out of what is there in this report. And that is, I think, a fantastic takeaway for any research, which is what does it contribute? Does it highlight, enlighten people based on how the information has been found out? So very good research, first of all, for your project, Nitin, and for also volunteering to present today.
Thank you, ma'am.
I thank you and your team members for doing the work on time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Raksha, also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, so I'm indeed very happy that all of you, both the groups have presented. I would look forward to next time, more volunteers coming this way. It's really a very, very fantastic thing to see today. So what we have seen today out of today's presentation session is, number one, the discipline to do research is there in people. Out of research, what happens? We tend to find a lot of things, a lot of knowledge. So what you saw from the research articles done by Anusha's group and Nitin's group is that business definitely has certain planning for which it conducts business research. So we are continuing from the assignment now to the class. What I'm putting up on the screen is about how business planning drives business research. So basically, organizations' mission, okay, drives their business goals, their strategies, and their tactics. Now, what do we mean by this? Every organization will have certain mission and vision, right? What is the company existing for? What does it do? Who are the customers? So there are questions that are asked as part of understanding what is the organization existing for. And depending on the particular organization's mission, the goals will be set. What kind of goals are there? Can you tell me? So you must have all heard about, and you can put on the chat box your understanding of the goals. There is something called SMART goals, SMART. What does S stand for? You can put it on the screen, on the chat box. Okay, so SMART goals are normally talked about when we discuss about goal setting. So there are SMART goals. S would mean, for example, S is specific, measurable, that is M. Achievable. Yes, Nisarga has already put on the chat box. specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R and T is for timely. Yes, very good. Right. So some of you can now put it on the chat box. So can you recall what does SMART goal setting mean? So goals are there for people to understand, that is in the organization, there are various kinds of goals. Now this, what we now right now talked about, are some of the ways in which the goals can be structured. So what are some of the goals? Can you put on the chat box, students? What are some of the goals that you think that organizations really look forward to? What are some of the goals? My question is, what are some of the goals that you think organizations would be looking at when they talk about their business and their existence in the particular domain in which they are operating? So what did we say so far? That organizations have mission, right? And based on the mission, they would have certain purpose for existing. So there is mission and vision statement of companies. So you can look at very many companies and their mission and vision statements. And what does it really lead to? The fact that the mission and vision guides the company to understand what it must do. So what are some of the goals that are there for companies to achieve? It could be something pertaining to sales, say profit maximization, a certain turnover, certain set of customers to be achieved. Yes, Sudarshan, Bandu Prakash, good. Profit maximization, customer retention, right? Acquisition of customers, organic growth of customers. You can have very many things pertaining to productivity, be it employee productivity, talk about the productivity of your factories. You can talk about efficiency. You can talk about revenue achievement, right? There are many goals there of a company. Now, what are these business goals? These are things that have to be achieved by a company. Now, in order to achieve such things, there has to be some strategy, an overall game plan that has to be there, which will set out how you can go forward. Strategies, in order to formulate it, there has to be some informational inputs, right? And the strategies will have to be executed at the ground level in terms of specific sets of activities. All right. In which way can you achieve the business goals such that you are able to meet your organizational mission and vision? So your goal setting will be there. You will have business strategies. Now, in strategy, there are very many things. We have cost strategy, cost, in terms of the minimization of cost strategy. You can have a focus strategy. You can have differentiation strategy. So there are Michael Porter's strategy options which are there. The business tactics will vary depending on where the organization is proceeding. So basically what happens is that the information sources that are required by a company, given this kind of a backdrop, there are some decision support systems that are required and business intelligence system, in which case you need to have both these supporting the organization in its pursuit of its mission. So what is decision support system? All this data that you get, all that is abound around the business context, how do you gather all of it, organize it, and ensure that you can retrieve the right kind of information from the data at the right time and use it for decision making? And this you can use within the organization, because we talk about business research. So you can talk about the retrieval and the use of such data within the context of an organization. Like I was highlighting to you that when I did this research with Health and Glow, they use this research output in order to use it for retail slotting of their products in the stores, Health and Glow stores. So when they are doing this, they're actually using this information, putting it up on the in their internal network, which is your intranets, in case they want it to also be licensed with their external partners, their vendors, their suppliers. Organizations need to also ensure that they have connectivity with their external partners. Then that is an extranet. So all this is pertaining to your information technology network usage. So when you have such systems by which data and information can be retrieved within the organization for making certain decisions, these are your decision support systems, right? There are a lot of enterprise level data networks that are used, SAP, various ERP packages, in order to ensure that data can be accessible to various users depending on their levels and their hierarchy and their user requirements. These data should be available for use. So this is your decision support system. Various modelings also can be done. What is the other informational source that is required by organizations? That is the business intelligence system, which is the process of acquiring information on a continuous basis. What information will you collect? You're going to collect information based on whatever is happening within the company, your existence as an organization, your competitors, your suppliers, your vendors, the public. So micro environment and the macro environment, which means factors which are outside the purview of the organizations, like social factors, economic factors, and all that. So basically, we will cover that in a little while. So what is business intelligence system? The process of acquiring this data, which organizations would need in order to fulfill their informational requirements. What kind of information do you need? You need complete information, you need accurate information, you need relevant information, you need timely information. So that is why business intelligence system is an ongoing process. And the more robust these processes are, the more it helps the organization to align itself with the requirements of the time. And I think in this context, a good read would be the article which Anusha has brought in, which is the case of the companies which have existed, adjusted their organizations in order information by which they can continuously remain relevant. All right. Now, what are some of the factors which actually affect this kind of retrieval of information, acquiring this information, keeping the information, are how you can collect data with as much of less cost as possible. How do you ensure that this data can be visualized, analyzed and visualized so that people can make sense of the data? So if you heard what Nitin was saying from his presentation was that while you collect all the information, the report must be a little simplistic because people should be able to understand what has happened in that research. So yes, better visualization tools will help people to understand. Sometimes visualizing the data, putting it in graphs and charts, and the graphical representation is much better than putting it in number forms. So how do you make sure that users at all levels are able to understand what the data is meaning? How do you ensure that you have powerful computational tools? Because data is varied and you're not just going to deal with one variable or two variables. You have to deal with multiple variables at a certain time, right? How do you ensure? The other factor would be real-time access, which means how do you ensure that you get the data as it is required, when it is required, and in as recent a form. You don't want data that is obsolete. You don't want data that is not relevant. So you need to have real-time access of data, right? Siddharth is saying here, gathering data and making a meaningful, actionable information. Yes. So Siddharth, very true. This is why all this information is required. And last but not the least is how do you integrate the entire set of the data that you get? So all of this is very much relevant on the computing power and speed that we have at our disposal. And you are often seeing this. I think all of you are also noticing this as we go along, that there are connectivity issues, there are network issues. Sometimes even to access data, these things are there. Sometimes you will need information, but then you cannot reach out and collect the information. Sometimes you do not have the bandwidth to collect the information. Sometimes even the right question is not asked. We don't know what we need to ask and what is the information we need to get. All right. And sometimes what happens in most of the organizations is we do have lots and lots of data. We have many things, but we are not really delving deep into it. We are not slicing and dicing the data to get the inputs that is required. So it's very important to understand what kind of data is required. That's why, for example, when people use this analytics tools and all that, it is always advisable that collect all the data that is required. Let the raw data dump have every kind of field that is possible. And you can then take a portion of the data as is required and do your analysis later, but do not ignore any source. All right. So some of the sources of business intelligence would be coming from government or regulatory authorities. It could come from competitive sectors, what your competition is doing. It could come from the economic contexts, the kind of GDPs and income and the various economic factors, cultural, social factors, technological factors, and demographic factors. So you must have read before, if some of you have done business BBA and other subjects like that, BBM, PEST, PEST, that is a short form acronym of the external factors which affect business environment. The more advanced form of that is SLEPPTD, that is social factors, cultural factors, legal factors, economic factors, political factors, physical factors, technological factors, and demographic factors. All these factors which you see on the screen right now in terms of these circular bubbles, these are all factors which affect the organization, and they all contribute to the business intelligence required by the business. Now, what are some of the sources of business intelligence from the government perspective? These are some of the things. You hear what people are saying from the government offices, from the authorities, the regulations passed, the MLAs, the MPs, the ministers, what they're talking, the press releases, and the websites. How do you get business intelligence from the competitive sphere? You get intelligence from the competitive sphere by reading, by understanding what is there in the open, what you can get from presentations at conferences, the annual general meetings, the investor meetings. If they are all, if your competitors or the companies are registered, they will have their annual meetings, they will have their board meetings, they will have their performance, revealed for their shareholders. You get industry studies, you get press reports, you have websites, business clipping, research, everything. And of course, literature searches, which is journals and magazines. What are some of the sources of business intelligence for the economic sphere? How do you get all of these? Of course, where do you get all the information pertaining to how much is the inflation right now, the status, what is our foreign exchange reserve status? Where do you get all this information? Where do you get all this information from? You can get it from the literature sources, you can get from government data, you can get it from the government sources. You can get it from business magazines, Economic Times, you can get it from various magazines, various newspapers, online, offline, print, electronic, right? So all of these will help you to get sources of economic information, which will be a source of your business intelligence. Now, what are the sources of the cultural and social information? For example, you are working in Unilever in US, and you need the cultural and social information pertaining to the United States market, versus you are an official in the Hindustan Unilever office of India. Would your cultural and social information be the same if you are an HUL marketing manager in India? Would your cultural and social information be the same as would be for the Unilever office in US? Definitely no. There will be certain differences because the market is different, because the cultural and social aspects of the US market and the Indian market is going to be different. The Asia Pacific market will be different from the Western markets. The African market is going to be different from the other markets. So what you need to understand is you will have to look at syndicated studies which are done by research organizations who make these reports and put them out for sale, for purchase by different organizations who require this data. You can get it from public opinion, you can get from business research that you conduct as an organization. And of course, you can get it from government report, like census data, for example, the data related to, say, literacy rates, the health data. So there are a lot of reports and researches that is done by a lot of government agencies as well. So you can get the data from there. What do you get, or where do you get technological related information pertaining for your business? Where do you get information pertaining to patents? You will get it from the various sources pertaining to patent releases. Who has filed patent, for what have they filed it, which type of patent has been published, awarded, right? So there will be patent filing reports from various websites. You can also see press releases and events, who is releasing what. Whenever there's a new launch of a mobile phone or something, what happens is there are public presentations or news articles which come out. People will present those things. You would have seen the launch, pre-launch information. So these kind of inputs go into the business intelligence pertaining to technological related requirements. Literature search, you find out what are the sources of business technology advancement, progress, updates. And of course, when you go to conferences pertaining, say, for example, IEEE kind of conferences will help you to understand what are the different kinds of technological advancements which are happening in different areas of the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, in different kind of institutions, collaboration with institutions and the industry. So all these kind of when you attend such conferences, you get an idea about what are the technological advancements that are happening. You read white papers, you read research articles, you read research reports from different agencies. That also helps you to understand what is the technological advancement. For example, the rise of the e-commerce operators like your Zomato or Amazon or Flipkart or Ola, all of these, Uber, these are all based on various kinds of integration of platforms. It's just not one technology. So how do you ensure that you get these kind of ideas? So the source of business intelligence for demographic would be, again, government reports. Or what is demographic? What are demographic factors? Demographic factors happen to be any suggestion on the chat box, please? What are demographic?
Populations,
what?
ma'am.
Gender, age.
Absolutely. Very good. Who's this? I just missed out the name. Anita, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Anita, thank you so much. Yes. Demographic factors, which you see on the screen. So demographic factors pertain to the information of the population: age, gender, income, occupation, nationality, race, religion, education levels, all of that put together. So how do you get this? You get it out of research, you get it out of government data, you get it out of syndicated studies. So research also needs to be questioned. Does it require to be done? You need to really do it. Is it because it would involve money? Everybody looks at return on investment. So you need to understand and find out whether research is necessary in the first place. Can it pass these tests? That is, whenever you see a scenario as a manager or in an organization, the first thing that has to be considered is this research necessary? So what are the things that you need to consider? First is to understand, if you do this research, the information, can it be applied for a critical decision-making scenario? So can information be applied to a critical decision? So two things are important in the first bullet point: information and critical decision. So what is information? Something which makes meaningful sense for the business. And the second thing would be the critical decision. A decision has to be made with respect to a critical business scenario. So that is the first thing that you need to question. Second thing, will the information improve managerial decision making? So if you get the information out of the research, is it going to help things become better in the managerial decision making context? So whatever is happening right now, will the new information, is the new information expected to help the decision making become better? Please understand, when you conduct research, it should not be that you already know, you have an idea that what is the kind of outcome that is going to happen. If you are able to predict the outcome, then there is no necessity of conducting research, right? So there has to be an estimate, a speculation of the kind of requirement of information that is required. All right, so Sudarshan has answered population distribution. That was for demographic purpose. Okay, so the third thing is, research needs to be questioned whether it should be conducted or not, based on the third point, which is, are sufficient sources available? Do you have sufficient resources available to conduct the research? One, do you have sufficient resources to ensure that you can implement the whatever is being suggested out of the research? What do I mean by that? Let's look at 2 points together, all right? And then we will move into the business decision scenarios. One is, when you ask this question, this last point question, sufficient resources to conduct research, do you have the money? Do you have the manpower? Do you have the ability or the technological ability if required, or the kind of time requirement? Do you have it to conduct research? If you have, then you have to also evaluate whether the value of the information is going to be more than what is going to be the cost of the research. So if the value of the information is going to be more than the cost of the conduct of the research, definitely can look at a conduct of research. Otherwise, not necessary. If your value of information is going to be much lesser than the cost, it would hardly be necessary to conduct the research from an organization perspective. Of course, situations can differ, and sometimes people might want to take a kind of a risk, saying that we would like to invest in research, even though the information requirement and the value might not be immediately equitable, or may not be immediately very valuable, but it might prove to be in the future. The second point of sufficient resources is, once you get the research and its outcome and conclusion, does the organization have the capacity to implement the requirements out of the research? So do you have the time to implement whatever has been suggested out of research? Do you have the manpower? Do you have the technological ability? Do you have the capability to implement what has been suggested out of the research? Otherwise, it is useless. If the research gave you some conclusions and you don't have the time or the intent or the culture or the necessary resources, then it is not going to be useful. So might as well not conduct and waste time on the research. So what you see on the screen is the three things that has to be checked when you need to understand when to conduct research or not. Number one, can information be applied to a critical decision? Will the information improve managerial decision making? And are sufficient resources available? All right. So with these three things, we will proceed into the decision scenarios wherein. So now that we know about the business decision making, I put forward to you on the screen this decision scenarios. This is a small case. Let's look at the first point. Now, with whatever you have understood out of research till now, you are the manager of a full service restaurant. You've experienced significant turnover in your waitress pool, and some customers have commented that the once friendly atmosphere is changing. Is this a problem for which business research should be used? Where will you begin in trying to solve this problem? Right. So this is a question. What would be your answer? This is my question to all the students. So what is my question? My question is that you read this first point of the decision scenario, the first decision scenario in front of you. Assume that you are the manager of this full service restaurant. What has happened? What has happened? You can put in your answers in the chat box as well, simultaneously, if you're not able to put on the audio. So what has happened in this full service restaurant? There's a significant turnover.
Turnover of waitress pool, ma'am.
Omkar, what is it?
The significant turnover in the waiter and waitress pool, ma'am, that has took place.
Sorry, I just missed the keyword because of a network issue. What is it? What happened?
Turnover took place, ma'am.
Okay, what is turnover is what I'm asking.
The waiter and waitress are not like doing their job for longer periods, no?
Absolutely, very good. Applause to you. Excellent, Omkar. Very good. Yes, they are not in the job for a long time. They are actually leaving the organization. There's an attrition that is happening. Excellent. So significant turnover. So there's a high turnover in the waiter-waitress resources. Very good. Thank you. And some customers have commented that the once friendly atmosphere is changing. So question to all of you, please put your answers. What is your opinion? Is this a problem for which research should be conducted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Omkar says yes. If yes, where will you try to begin solving the problem? Answers on the chat box. I am requesting others to please put their answers. Your participation matters. Never mind about the audio. Yes, Omkar, would you like to attempt?
Yes, ma'am. The problem I should start with would be, what is the main reason why this is happening, ma'am?
Very good. Very
whether
good.
the waiter and waitress, the staff is being satisfied, and is the workload is more on them. All the facilities are provided by our restaurants to them.
Absolutely. Very good. Excellent. Along with that, let me read out what Sudarshan has sent. Sudarshan says that, yes, ma'am, why they are leaving. Yes, that's what Omkar is also saying. That's also some of you are also saying the same thing. Apurva is saying, try to understand why the employees are leaving their job. Okay, that's fine. Can I also highlight a little bit more? We still have 2 minutes more to go. One is, what is happening? Please read the scenario carefully. Yes, you will try to understand why people are leaving. Everything
the friendly atmosphere is changing, ma'am.
Huh?
Friendly atmosphere is changing.
Yes, but something else is happening. Please read the second sentence. Some customers have commented that the once friendly atmosphere is changing. See, turnover has happened. You might have done your exit interviews. They would have told you why they have left. But the point is there are customer comments that are coming in. So what is it that you would like to do? Yes, Krutika is saying motivate them to work as earlier. Sudarshan is saying what their expectations for long run job is. My question now, let me throw some questions to all of you so that you try to understand it in this way. What is happening right now? What is of interest to you as the manager of this restaurant? Remember, business, think of it in terms of business mission, vision, goals. What is your goal? Is it only to just to understand what employees require, or is it the employees are there for a purpose?
The customers are
Customers, yes.
complaining about
Absolutely.
the
Yes, absolutely. Very nice that we finally got the answer. Nisarga, thank you so much. Ask customers about what is changing, why it is changing, in what way it is affecting them. Yes, Priyanka Sridhar, thank you. Omkar also. So Priyanka Sridhar says, I think the way of speaking or communication has been changed with customers, right, Priyanka? So what do you need to do? You need to ask customers. Go into finding what are they commenting. It is just not that the employees and why they're leaving. All of you have been successful to point out that we need to go and understand what is it that customers want, right? So the last question in the first scenario, where will you begin in trying to solve the problem? You have all answered that. So where will you try to begin? You will try to begin by asking customers, or if they have made the comments, if you have taken the feedback, go and see the feedback and understand what is it that is happening right now, right? So have you been able to understand with a simple business scenario like this? The second one, we will do it in the next class. That is why I wanted you to have it before. Think about it. But first one, manager of a full service restaurant. Have you understood how you need to take the analysis yourself? That if there is a business scenario, something is happening, how do I identify whether research is required or not, and where to start? So in the first scenario, what is it? Yes, it is required because it affects my business, people, customers. Where should I begin? I should begin by seeing what is the customer complaint, right? Thank you so much. So Siddharth Ramchandran, last answer I will take for today is talk to the customers and resolve the issues. Very good. Yes, simple and short and simple. Talk to the customers and resolve the issue howsoever we want. Business research is just a method in order to get you the information. Excellent, students. So it is 10 o'clock already, and we will stop today's session and continue tomorrow. If there is any doubts, any questions, please come back to the LMS and put in your queries. Thank you for attending. Thank you everyone for coming on time, and stay safe. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chirag, I shall log out.
Yes, no, ma'am. End the meeting.
1 second. I have to first of all stop the recording.